Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella. She lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters. The stepmother and sisters were conceited and bad-tempered. One day, there was a flight to a ball dance in a palace. With the help of very godmother, Cinderella managed to come to the palace. Guys, do you know what kind of text the piece of paragraph above belongs to? Yes, that's right. The text is a narrative text. Well, narrative text, you will often find it in your daily life if you like reading storybooks, novels, or other fiction books. Okay, so that you can understand more about what narrative text is. Let's keep watching this video on my YouTube channel. What is narrative text? Narrative text is a type of text that tells a story in the past tense. Clearly, narrative text tells an imaginative story or a modified true story, and is organized through a sequence of events that happen in the past. The goal is to entertain the reader with an interesting story. This narrative text consists of several types. The types of narrative text include fairy tales, mysteries, horror stories, fable, science fiction, including folklore and many more. Next, the structure of narrative text. There are four general structures of narrative text. 1. Orientation. This is the opening part of the narrative text story. This part introduces the characters in the story and the setting of the story, which includes the setting of place, time, atmosphere, and social condition or setting. 2. Complication. This section contains the problem that occur in a story. In more detail, complication is divided into three parts, namely 1. Rising action, problems begins to arise. 2. Climax, the peak of the problem. 3. Falling action, the tension of the problem begins to decrease and begins to find a point of resolution. 3. Resolution. This section contains the resolution or end of a narrative text story. A story can be closed with a happy ending, a sad ending, or a cliffhanger ending. 4. Reorientation. The last part of the narrative text structure usually contains dot conclusions, moral values, or changes in character at the end of the story. The orientation is optional because it doesn't always have to be present in a narrative text. Next, we will discuss language features of narrative text. 1. Using simple past tense. Narrative text usually uses simple past tense because it will tell an event or story that has already happened. For example, once upon a time in a small village there lived a kind, generous old man. Now, in the piece of text above, there is a past tense form of lived to lived, which indicates that it happened a long time ago. 2. Using a verb of time. A verb of time is a word that gives information regarding when the event happened, how long it took, and how often it happened. For example, today, yesterday, one day, tomorrow, last year, later, and so on. 3. Using adjective. Adjectives are words used to describe nouns and pronouns, which can be people, place, animals, objects, colors, smells, or other abstract concepts. We can also call them adjectives. And last 4, using noun phrases. Noun phrases are words that function as nouns. They can be place, people, living things, and others. Well, just like adjective, noun phrases are used to give a more detailed description of a narrative text. Well guys, from the explanation of narrative text, you must have been able to make an example of narrative text, right? Always remember the types, structures, and language features of narrative text so that you can more easily compose narrative text. And if you have succeeded, please write down the results of your narrative text work in the comment box. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!